Hey, it's Aaron here to go over the Tiger 660 with you. So yeah, just gonna kind of show you what I normally go over with everyone. First things first, we're on the right side of the bike. So first thing I always like to show people is on these Tiger 660s, for checking your oil. If we come down here on the bottom right past above your rear brake pedal, you see this right here is your dipstick. So this is how you would check your oil on the Tiger 660. And then you also have where if you need to top off with any oil, you have your oil fill cap right here. When you're checking your oil on these Tiger 660s, you always want to make sure that it's upright. So don't ever have it on the kickstand like how I have it right now. Have like your buddy sit on it and kind of hold it upright and then check the oil. You always want to check the oil when the bike's warm. So if you haven't ridden it that day, maybe start it, let it run for about 5 minutes, then go ahead and check it after you've maybe let it cool down for like a minute after it's ran for 5 minutes. If you just got done on a big ride and want to check it just at the end of the day, let the bike cool down for maybe 7 to 8 minutes and then check the oil. Triumph recommends, which you can see here on this sticker, our own oil, which is the Triumph Performance Lubricants. If you're the type of person that likes Castrol or Motul and want to use one of those two oils, those would be the only other two oil brands I would recommend. And if you do swap oils, just make sure you stay with the same oil for the life of the bike. So yeah, that's checking your oil and all that good stuff. Then we come up to here real quick, just while I'm over in this area. This is your gas cap. Obviously, to open your gas cap, just flip this little T Triumph logo up, key in, and there you go. You can see full tank of gas in there right now. We use premium, so 93, and that's what we recommend as a dealer. Triumph does tune these bikes, and they are okay to run regular unleaded 87, but I just recommend if you want to do premium, it's not a bad choice, and the bike will definitely run a little smoother over the life of the bike. We come over to this section. Let me make sure I'm in the right area. Let's see. There is actually real quick, I'm going to show you. It's kind of hard to see on this. I'll zoom in. There is your VIN engraved on your neck right there. There's some cables that are in front of it, but you can just shift those out of the way. And if you ever need to see your VIN, if we come over on this side, it's actually right here on the Tiger 660s. Sorry, I just had to remember. This is your factory recommended tire pressure and another spot where your VIN is. So if you see right here where it's kind of over here on the left side of it, it says front, and we are on the left-hand side of the bike. So front is what obviously for your front tire, and they recommend 33 PSI is what you should have in the front. And then for the rear, they recommend 36 PSI. So if you're ever at the gas station and you're like, what's my tire pressure supposed to be? You got it right there on this sticker, just on the left-hand side of the bike, so you can never forget. This barrel right here is your quick shifter. To operate your quick shifter, I tell people you can shift the bike normally with a clutch, lever, and all that good stuff. If you want to use the quick shifter, it is just clutchless shifting. So you just stay in the throttle and kick up on the shifter peg down here, obviously. And yeah, no clutch lever at all, and you just keep on riding. You can downshift using the quick shifter as well. For downshifting, let off the gas, no clutch lever, and just kick down. So yeah, it's a pretty cool process. So upshifting, stay in the throttle, no clutch lever, kick up, and you'll just seamlessly switch to the next gear. It's pretty cool. You have a trickle charger that we've already got installed right here. So a battery tender or battery lead. You have a lead acid battery on these, so just make sure you're not using a lithium tender. You do have your rear suspension adjuster here. The owner's handbook that I'm going to send you an electronic copy of here shortly will show you kind of the adjustments and how to make them. In there, you just turn this dial. So yeah, I'll send that over, and if you want to make any of those adjustments, you can just read through the manual. And usually what I recommend is kind of like adjust it for a ride, see how you like that, and then kind of remember where it's at, and then just keep making adjustments to see. Right here on the left-hand side of the bike, we have a key slot. This is to remove your seat. So we put our key in, twist the key towards the front of the bike, and then we can actually, here, I'll lift the seat up and show you. So we just lift the seat up, and now we have underneath the bike, which has the battery, This right here, oh, oops. This right here is actually how we plug the bike up to the computer. So yeah, you got that. You got your fuses right here. And then underneath your seat, you actually do have, I'll put it on the bike. You actually have a small little Allen key with a Phillips head, so don't ever forget. If you need a little tool, you've got one underneath your seat. Yeah, so yeah, that's all that good stuff. That's got, like I said, your battery and all that. Not much space for storage under here, as you can see, but if you wanted to put like your registration or something, you might be able to squeeze that in just in this little section. Give me 1 second. I'll put the phone down while I put the seat back on. Actually, let me show you this real quick. So to put the seat back on, you see this little slot right here? I'll put my finger to. You want to, on the seat, guide this guy into here. And then this spike here is gonna click in to this. So what I usually do, try and do it one-handed, is line it up in the front like that. And then you heard that small little click, and now the seat's locked in. Just pop your key out, you're good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much everything on the exterior of the bike. Now let's start going over like your hand controls and your screen. So first things first, let's show you how to do the steering lock. So if you look at your ignition right here, you see where it has the lock symbol and you push down and go to the left. So to lock your steering, if you're ever like wanting to go somewhere and lock it, key in, handlebars cocked to the left, just like this, and then push the key down. And sometimes you'll have to wiggle the bars a little bit just to like find that sweet spot. Let me make sure. And boom. Now our steering's locked. You can see bars won't go anywhere. And then you can just pop your key out and it'll stay like that. And you can see the key slot is lined up with that lock. And then to unlock them, just put your key back in, press down, and twist towards the top, and you're good to go. All right, so now, real quick too, windscreen is adjustable. To adjust your windscreen, just grab this bar here and either pull up to raise it up or kind of shimmy it down, and you can go all the way down. I'm gonna have it in the low position when Kevin delivers it just to stop it from buffering around in the wind. But yeah, if you wanna adjust that, just grab this bar here and lift up and kind of shimmy to the left and right, just so it gives it a little leeway to kind of easily lift up. All right, so yeah, let's turn the screen on. Let me get this out of the way too a little bit. Let me raise it up. All right, so we turn the key to the right, screen comes on. You can see the bike's got only the 6 miles on there. So first things first, let's go over the kind of the handlebars and the controls. So if we look at the front of the bike from this angle, you can see here, we have our brights button here. And if you ever hit this bright switch, it'll actually on your screen pop up that your brights are on right there with that blue light. And then if I turn them off, it goes off. Then we also have our cruise control button right here, right behind our brights switch, this one. So cruise control, to use the cruise control, you gotta be in at least 3rd gear going above 35. When you're in that gear and at that speed, hit this button once. And then when you're at the speed you want to be locked in at, like if you were at 35, let's say, you hit this button, it's going to like engage, okay, he's about to start the cruise control. And then let's say you wanted to get to 50, get up to 50, and then hit the button again. And then it'll lock you in at that speed. To stop that, either just tap your brakes, hit the button here. If you do get on the gas and speed up, it will just bring you back to the speed you had the cruise control at. So getting on the gas will not cancel it. You'll speed up, but then it'll bring you back down to the speed setting you had. These guys right here, I'll show you here in a sec what they do. That's how you kind of cycle through this screen here. And then this check mark is how we make, choose what we want to do. Obviously we have our blinkers here. We have our horn modes. So to swap through modes, we hit the M button right here. So we hit this M button here to swap through modes. When you hit that button, this screen pops up and that's letting you know what mode you're in. If you want to switch to a different mode, just hit the mode button again. And then to select that mode, hit the check mark here. Now watch and anytime you hit the mode button, the first mode that pops up is what mode you are in. So now I switched it to sport. So when I hit the mode button, sport's what pops up. If I hit the mode button again, now rain. If we want to swap into rain, we just hit the check mark on the left-hand side. And then you see it swapped to rain and then went back to the screen. Now when we hit the mode button, we see we're in rain. And I'm going to just put you in road. So you have road, rain, and sport on this bike. I recommend ride in road for a little while when you get comfy. Maybe try rain too. And then once maybe after 300, 400 miles, then try riding in sport. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. All right. Then we have our kill switch right here. Fuel pump prime. Triumphs always, and then your starter button as well. Now, if you press down your starter, you'll notice nothing's happening. The Tiger 660s, you have to hold your clutch lever in, then press down on your starter switch right here, and it fires right up. One thing to note, bike was running, I kicked down into gear, and the kickstand was down, so you see how that killed the bike. So that's a safety feature, it's supposed to do that. And now watch, when I'm in gear, I'm in first gear, my kickstand is down, and I'm gonna try to start the bike, nothing. You can never start these bikes in gear with the kickstand down, and if you start it in neutral with the kickstand down and kick into gear, it's gonna kill the bike. It's just so that way people back in the day used to accidentally ride away with their kickstands down, so it's just to stop people from making that mistake. So yeah, that's all that good stuff. You do have an adjustable brake lever here, so you see this little dial. To adjust it, push the lever away from the bars, and then just, it's kind of hard to see, but spin this dial. And I'm gonna put you at 3, and then the number that the arrow is pointing to is obviously the number you're on. 3 is gonna be the middle, and all this is doing really is just adjusting the distance from the bar to the lever. It's not like adjusting the brake pressure application or anything. So yeah, the lower the number, like 1 is gonna be the furthest from the bar, so if you have longer fingers, and then 5 is gonna be closer to the bar. So if you have not as big a hands or whatever, you can put it on 5 but yeah, I'm gonna leave it on 3 and you just kind of see what you like. All right, now let's go through the screen. One thing to notate too, this check engine light and the oil fill light are always on until you start the bike. So watch, I'm gonna kick it back into neutral, I'm gonna start the bike and we'll watch the screen. So I'm gonna leave it so you can see. You can see? Those lights went away. Now I will let you know the ABS light will flash until you get about 5 miles an hour. So just a heads up, that is normal that ABS light right here is gonna flash until you, like I said, hit that 5 miles an hour. 5 to 10 usually. All right, now let's cycle through your screen. So I'm just gonna leave it here. So first screen we have is trip. You can see trip 1. If we wanna rotate or cycle through, you have 2 trip menus. You go trip 1, trip 2. And to reset a trip, just hold down this check mark here. So watch, we hold that down and you can see now it reset the trip. Let me do that actually. All right. Now, then we'll go back to trip 1. Now I'm gonna cycle through to go to the other options of the screen. So I was going between trip 1 and 2 by going left and right. Now to go to the other options, like to see your coolant temp and stuff like that, we're gonna go up and down here. So now you're gonna see me go up and down. So I'm just hitting the up arrow on the D-pad. That takes us to the main menu. We're gonna look at that here in a sec. I'll show you that at the end. So next we're gonna go to, this is if you were to connect your phone via Bluetooth. So you have some options there to control your music and all that good stuff. This screen is our main screen showing gear indicator, time, temp, date, all that good stuff. Scroll up again, we have brightness, so you can just see here, I'm scrolling left and right, and it's just adjusting the brightness of the screen. It's kind of hard to tell on the phone, but you can see it in person. Up again, this is what's showing you your odometer and when you're due for your next service. So these bikes are supposed to be serviced annually or every 10,000 miles. So you can see here, this one's due for the first service at 600 miles. So you can see it's got 6 miles on it. It's due for service in about 584 miles or in May of 2027 because we had this bike set up in May. This is coolant temp. It's going to show you your temp as you start riding. It won't give you a temp while the bike's not moving. or not running. Then you have fuel status. So the top one at the very top is going to show you what you're averaging currently. The middle is miles to empty, and the bottom is your average. And yeah, back here, so let's go to that main menu. Give me one sec.